before the game, but appears the rain will stay away. Bazin moving through. Grace Bazin in the circle. Grace Bazin faking a shot. What a goal, the first of 2025 for Keene State. And it belongs to Grace Bazin, who led the team in that category last season. That was a hard shot. And Owls still with it inside, and they score! One more time before the half. Seabury whacks it. Inside, ball still loose. Still on the ground, and Keene State makes it 4-0. And that, I don't know who got the goal there. It might be a hat trick for Bazin, not sure. It's on her right now. And a hat trick, kind of unceremoniously, but nonetheless for Grace Bazin here on opening night.
That's Carr feeding it up. Grace Bazin fires, she scores! Grace Bazin can't be stopped, her 4th of the season already. It's 1-0 Owls. Chips it by her this time. That one played up. Bazin, a chance in front of the net. Grace Bazin takes it, she scores! Grace Bazin, her 2nd of the night, gives the Owls a 2-1 lead with just under 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. She is inevitable, folks.
Now that's a good pass to Bazin. Grace Bazin inside, trying to cross it against McDonald. Another look, and that time it's a goal. Grace Bazin with her 6th of the season puts the Owls back in front for Picard. Bazin now with a look. Ball on the ground and a goal.
And that's a goal by Keene State as they find the first goal of the second half. Then I will say, you've been to Moe's, Dino, and that one's going to be a 7th goal for the Keene State Owls.
The 3rd quarter, Heeman sending it across. Great pass to Grace Bazin, and she buries it to make it 2-0. Belle Heeman getting the assist on that Bazin goal. Bazin again, sending it inside, another goal. Delanus sending it in, great pass to Grace Bazin, and Bazin finishes.
Pass, stop down. Here's the passing play we've seen before. Now in front, it's Vidal into center, scooping play, and guess who it is? Grace Bazin keeps that streak alive as she puts one in.
Send it in. Vidal into the circle. Cuman makes the initial stop, then the second, another chance, and that one's in. Sending it forward. Owls into the circle, a chance, and it is in.
Seabury in. Seabury running out of room, tried to pass it off, a shot, they score. Bazin put it in.
Al McDonald sending it up for Grace Bazin. Bazin with a chance, it gets through the legs, and it goes in eventually. Her first goal of the game. And Grace Bazin makes the Owls lead 3. Finds its way through to Grace Bazin now. Bazin inside, scores! 1-0 Owls, Grace Bazin. Murphy. Murphy, a shot, or gets through to Bazin in front of the net. Grace Bazin scores again. Number 20 on the season. And Keene State's lead is 3. Working along the boundary line, the end line. Finds Grace Bazin. Bazin scores again. A hat trick for Grace Bazin. Good one trying to send it through to Delanus. Instead, it accidentally finds its way to Seabury. Seabury pushing it through, and there's another shot and another goal. And was that number 4 of the day for Grace Bazin? It was. Takes another shot. That one blocked though. Looked like Picard and Murphy both got a piece of it. Now here's Grace Bazin running alone. In on goal. Looking for 22. She's got it. 2-1 Owls. Grace Bazin with a Division III leading 22 goals.
Lead 23 now, Ryan.
Wolves play catch-up. Oh my! It is a goal! Knock around in front, and we have a goal for the Owls. 4-goal advantage. They scored once in the first, twice in the second, and then twice here in the third, and there's another goal! Bazin, hat trick.
It back, has Bazin to her right side. Goes middle instead. Grace Seabury looking to find Bazin. It's still Bazin in the middle. She scores! This will be a penalty try for Grace Bazin. 4:04 to go, up against Ryder to make it number 2 for the senior. Bazin puts it in. Seabury. And looking to stop the ball, but Grace Seabury has other ideas, has Grace Bazin in the middle. Bazin looking to get a shot on net, takes it and scores! Hat trick again for Grace Bazin. Grace Seabury gets free, middle towards Erickson. Erickson, backhanded shot. It's Bazin. She's had herself a day. Sneaks through, and that is number 4 for Grace Bazin.
A couple of Eastern defenders still getting inside. Jalawick, open net. Here's a shot, saved by Jalawick. Rebound, and the Owls tie it up. Inside the circle, finding Grace Bazin. Bazin shoots and scores.
Win over Plymouth State, a common opponent between these two teams, and that one makes its way in. So that will put Keene State ahead.
Seabury. Here's Delanis now, moving into the circle. Delanis trying to cross it in front for Grace Bazin, who shoots, and she scores! Grace Bazin does it again. And Keene State is on the board first tonight. It's 1-0.
And Ryan, that's exactly what you said the Owls needed.
Those 2 losses, again, non-conference opponents.
At least they look good.
Yeah, one Endicott and the other UNE. There's Grace Bazin again, another shot, and another goal! 35 for Grace Bazin. And already leaving her mark on this one tonight.
Shots up, and that one's going to tie the school record in goals for number 1, Grace Bazin. That's her 36th of the year.
Bazin shoots, on goal, still loose in front. It's Grace Bazin with it now. Folsom on the ground, ball still loose, it goes wide. Penalty stroke, incredible.
I can't believe my eyes, Ryan.
Everybody on their feet. Bazin scores! Grace Bazin ties the game!
You gotta be kidding me!
Number 37 on the year. Thought she was not going to be in the rest of this game, and has tied it at 2 with 13.6 to go. Incredible. I believe this is for all the marbles.
And up steps Grace Bazin, Ryan.
With a chance to send the Owls to the LEC championship game for the 3rd consecutive year. Did not know if she was going to come back into this game. Grace Bazin with a look on Folsom. Bazin scores! Keene State is headed to the LEC championship game for the 3rd straight year.
Who else? Who else?
Owls to seal the job, Ryan. What a game, what a night, what an outcome. Keene State comes on top.
Just an incredible game. It looked like for a while it might end up being Coach Watson's final, but the Owls with a comeback in the final seconds and win it in a shootout format with Grace Bazin having the final goal.